In this video, we're going to be showing how you can use this free template to generate a PDF invoice in your own app very quickly. So let's take a look at how it works. First, we can adjust the customer name here. Then we can easily add some different invoice items. Then we can click Generate PDF of Invoice, and it will generate a PDF. Once you've generated our PDF, you can review it. Of course, you'll be able to customize this as much as you need, including adjusting the logo and adding any relevant payment details to the bottom. All right, so let's say we want to add the ability to generate invoices to our own app, specifically for different users. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with actually creating a copy of this Simple Invoices template, and that's going to open up your own version of this template. Then we're just going to go through the process of copying various different elements of this template into our existing app. As you can see, there's very detailed instructions here, and so what we're going to do is we're going to copy these at a high level in this video. Of course, we'll link to this template in the description of the video. The first item is to copy the database structure. We'll pop over to the database structure, and as you can see, there's invoice and invoice items with a few different data types to them. We'll pop into our own app and head over to data, and then we'll add an invoice and invoice items. Under invoice, we're going to add some custom fields. First, we're going to add customer name, and then we're going to add invoice items, which will be a list of invoice items, and we'll add a link, which will be a link to our PDF later. We're also going to add in different fields for the invoice type, including description, quantity, total, and unit price. The next step that we're going to do is add a page to our own app to actually generate the invoice. This is going to be a hidden page, so your users won't actually see it, but it is required to generate the PDF. We're going to take a look at the template and copy their invoice page. Then we're going to copy the main container, and we're going to add that to our own invoice page. We'll simply just paste this into our own app. We'll also quickly adjust the layout of the page so that it's a column, and that will be good to go. Of course, you can adjust this page to your own design, but we'll get to that in a moment. The next step is to add a plugin called PDFPotion, which you can find in the Bubble Marketplace. You're also going to need a PDFPotion account. Once you've created your account, you can generate an access token and copy your access token to the token fields near the bottom of the plugin page. PDFPotion does come with a free account with up to 50 PDFs per month, but there's also various paid plans if you wish to generate more PDFs than that. Great. Our next step is to head back over to the template app and take a look at the backend workflows. We're going to copy the backend workflow of get PDF and paste that into our own backend workflow. It's very important that we adjust the name here and remove the underscore and copy part of it. Please note, you'll need to be on a paid Bubble plan in order to add backend workflows to your app. If we go to our app, if we go under General Settings and scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll want to make sure that the option to add an ID attribute to HTML elements is checked. This will ensure we have a small box at the bottom where we can add in a specific ID attribute. Then we're going to copy part of the template page into our own app. So we'll copy this section here that's highlighted in blue, and it says copy this group. So we'll right click, copy with workflows, and we're going to paste it into our own app at the bottom of our page. You'll notice that this takes on some styling of my own with my own primary colors. Next, we're going to copy the pop-up invoice item. And again, copy with workflows, and we're going to paste into our own app. We're also going to copy the loading screen. And we're also going to copy the custom events workflow. And we're going to copy the loading page workflow. Again, copying these into our own app. You'll notice that there are a number of errors up here. We'll go through and correct those as well. To correct these errors, we're going to start through a sequence of events. So when the page is loaded, we'll start there. For the create a new invoice, we're going to adjust this to invoice. The customer name is going to be the input customer name value, and we're going to set the state of the group that we copied to be our new database type of invoice. We'll also need to go over to our group that we copied and ensure that the custom state of our invoice is invoice type. This will now turn blue to show that it's all correct. The next step is to adjust our pop-up for add invoice. So we'll start by editing the workflow to show the pop-up. Simply click on the workflow and choose show an element, and then we're going to choose the pop-up that we copied earlier. Then from our pop-up, we're going to click on the add invoice item and edit that workflow. As you can see, you pull in information from the pop-up itself, just change the type to invoice items. Then the next one is the thing to change, and that's going to be the custom state from our group that we copied as an invoice. And then we just have to adjust the thing that we're changing, which is invoice items, and we're going to add the invoice item from step 1. We're going to reset the inputs, we're going to hide the pop-up, and that's it for that one. The create PDF workflow. So the first thing is going to be showing the loading screen to give the user understanding that the PDF is being generated. We're just going to reset the inputs. We're going to run the create PDF action, and then we're also going to trigger a custom event for the newly created invoice, and that's only going to trigger when the link is updated on the specific invoice that we're creating. We do need to update the custom event as well so that the input is the newly created invoice type from earlier. Then this workflow step will trigger properly. Let's take a look at what errors we have remaining here. Looks like we need to adjust our repeating groups slightly. So we'll head back over to our app editor and we'll update the repeating group type to invoice items. As well as we'll adjust the data source to be the group that we copied, custom states, and that specific invoices items. Then from there, we will adjust our completed workflow so that it hides the loading screen and it will open up the link in a new tab. From there, we'll head over to our invoices page and again, update the repeating group type to invoice as well as the page type to invoice. There is one more error that we do need to change on the back end, and that's just to update the data type as well to invoice. Then from there, we can head back over to our dashboard and test out our invoice generation. We'll add in a new company name, add in an invoice item, and create the PDF. As you can see, this is our new PDF. Of course, you're probably not going to want the Cranford Tech logo, and we're also going to add in some information below here so that people know how they can pay this invoice. So in order to do that, we'll head back over to our app editor, and then in our invoice page, what we can do is upload a new logo into this image element here. We're going to adjust the sizing a little bit to accommodate our new logo size. And then we're going to add in a new group below the amount due group or group total. So we'll drag our group down to the bottom here, make it a full width group. We'll add in a text area, and this will be our section header of payment details. apply a little bit of styling. And then we'll also add in the payment details, which I'll quickly copy in below. There we go. Then from there, we can retest our PDF generation. Again, adding in, a custom invoice name, adding in our invoice item, and generating the PDF. As you can see, we have the updated company logo as well as the payment details. Of course, you can access all of the PDFPotion resources at pdfpotion.com, or if you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments below.